It began just before dawn, somewhere along Somalia's northern coast. The horizon burned orange as a formation of Black Hawk helicopters skimmed the waves, barely 40 feet above the water. Their rotors whispered against the humid air, masked by the crashing surf. Below them was their target, a massive coastal fortress that intelligence analysts had nicknamed the Citadel. Officially, it was listed as an abandoned fishing compound. In reality, it was the headquarters of Somalia's most dangerous pirate syndicate, responsible for hijackings worth over $6 billion in ransom over the past decade. The operation had been planned for months. Satellite photos showed new concrete walls, radar towers disguised as cranes, and what looked like anti-aircraft guns mounted on old shipping containers. The pirates weren't ragged fishermen anymore. They were organized, armed, and funded. Rumors swirled that they'd struck a deal with foreign smugglers, using the fortress as a storage site for contraband that made even the CIA nervous. At 3:42 a.m., a U.S. Navy destroyer launched 2 Reaper drones from the Red Sea, feeding live thermal imaging back to the Joint Task Force base in Djibouti. Target confirmed, said the operations officer. Multiple heat signatures, 70, maybe 80 personnel. Unknown cargo in the central hangar. Within seconds, the order came through. Execute Operation Neptune Lance. The helicopters hit the beach in less than 3 minutes. The first wave of Navy SEALs stormed the perimeter, breaching through the outer walls using linear charges. The explosions shattered the dawn quiet, and chaos erupted. Tracers lit up the sky as the pirates returned fire from mounted .50 caliber guns. But the SEALs moved fast, precise, silent, unstoppable. They breached room after room until the fortress was under American control. That's when they realized something was off. Inside the main hall, instead of weapons or hostages, they found rows of high-tech servers humming in the dark. Cables ran across the floor, connecting old generators to satellite uplinks. The pirates weren't just raiding ships, they were running a digital empire. Dozens of laptops streamed real-time data on ship routes, ransom negotiations, and crypto transactions worth millions. Someone had been using the fortress as a global hacking and financial laundering hub. But the deeper the SEALs went, the stranger it became. Behind a steel-reinforced door, they discovered what intelligence later described as a bizarre museum of modern piracy. Inside were display cases filled with items taken from hijacked vessels, UN relief shipments, luxury watches, even naval uniforms from captured crews. In one corner stood a rusted propeller blade engraved with the words, "Victory over the world." Then came the real shock. Beneath the floor, accessible through a camouflaged hatch, lay a sprawling underground bunker. The air was damp, the corridors narrow. As the SEALs advanced with flashlights, they found medical equipment, rows of hospital beds, and refrigerators filled with biological samples. Each container was labeled with strange serial codes. "This isn't pirate loot," one SEAL whispered. "This is research." Washington was immediately alerted. A team of Navy biohazard specialists was flown in within hours. Preliminary testing revealed traces of viral agents, unknown strains believed to have originated in East Africa. It appeared the pirates had been selling biological materials to international buyers. The fortress wasn't just a stronghold, it was a black market research lab. Back at the surface, soldiers secured the communications center. One technician noticed something strange on the monitors. Live drone feeds not from the US, but from Asia and Europe. The pirates had access to global surveillance footage, ports, shipping routes, even parts of the Mediterranean. Someone far more powerful had been feeding them intelligence. By sunrise, the US had full control of the site. Over 60 pirates were captured, including their leader, a man known only by his code name, Admiral Correa. He spoke perfect English and smiled when interrogators asked who he worked for. "We are not pirates," he said. "We are custodians. You came too late." Hours later, a SEAL team discovered what he meant. Hidden behind a false wall in the sublevel was a vault sealed with naval-grade locks. When it was opened, they found something no one could explain. Crates filled with ancient coins, ceremonial weapons, and artifacts marked with the insignia of lost empires. Many bore Latin and Arabic inscriptions, some dating back 1,000 years. How they ended up in a modern pirate base defied all logic. Archaeologists later confirmed that many of the relics matched items stolen from museums across the Middle East and North Africa over the past decade. Somehow, this fortress wasn't just a pirate outpost. It was part of a massive smuggling network spanning history, technology, and warfare. As news broke, global leaders demanded answers. The Pentagon released a short statement confirming this successful raid of a major pirate stronghold, but omitted all mention of the artifacts or the biological materials. Unofficial sources, however, described the discovery as unprecedented, a mix of ancient treasures and cutting-edge weapons hidden in the same location. Weeks later, satellite imagery showed something chilling. Before the U.S. raid, multiple unidentified cargo ships had docked near the fortress, unloading sealed containers. Their tracking IDs traced back to corporations in Dubai, Singapore, and even Europe. Whatever operation had been running there wasn't just criminal, it was international. And then came the strangest twist of all. While inspecting the server drives recovered from the fortress, U.S. cyber analysts found encrypted messages sent just days before the raid. They originated from deep within the dark web and contained only one phrase repeated over and over: "The sea remembers." Attached to the message was a map of the Indian Ocean marked with dozens of red dots, coordinates that, when cross-referenced, matched the locations of several long-lost shipwrecks dating back centuries. Intelligence officials now believe the pirates may have been searching for something beneath the waves, something ancient, valuable, and possibly connected to a forgotten civilization. The biological lab, the hacking operations, the treasure, all of it could have been funding a larger quest. Even now, months later, parts of the fortress remain sealed under U.S. control. Locals say they still hear strange hums at night, as if machines buried deep inside are still running. Divers have reported seeing lights under the nearby waters, patterns that move too fast for submersibles, too organized for natural currents. No official report has ever fully explained what was found that day. Most of the files remain classified, but insiders say the recovered data hinted at plans for an underwater structure, something massive, hidden off the Horn of Africa. Whether it's a secret base, a mining project, or something older, no one can agree. What's certain is that the U.S. forces expected to find pirates and weapons. Instead, they uncovered a labyrinth of technology, treasure, and secrets older than any modern war. A fortress that seemed to defy every category of logic. And somewhere out in the Indian Ocean, far beyond the reach of radar, something, or someone, seems to be waiting for whoever dares to look again.